파나마에 운하 반환을 요구할 수 있고 희토류가 많은 덴마크령 그린란드는 사고 싶다던 트럼프 당선인이 한 발 더 나갔습니다. 두 곳을 확보하기 위해 군사적 경제적 강압 수단을 배제할 것이냐는 질문에 약속할 수 없다고 답한 겁니다.
I can't assure you on either of those two, but I can say this: we need them for economic security.
같은 날 트럼프 장남은 그린란드를 방문해 덴마크 심기를 건드렸습니다.
Det er deres land, vi taler om her, og det er kun Grønland, der i mine øjne kan bestemme og definere Grønlands fremtid.
트럼프 당선인은 집권 1기 때에도 그린란드 매입을 주장했다가 덴마크와 외교 갈등을 빚기도 했습니다. 파나마는 운하가 협상 대상이 아니라고 반박했고 캐나다도 미국의 51번째 주가 될 가능성은 눈꼽만큼도 없다고 일축했지만 트럼프의 압박은 계속되고 있습니다. 미국 우선주의가 경제 영토 확장을 꾀하는 팽창주의로 변하고 있다는 해석 속에 트럼프는 나토 회원국 방위비 인상을 거듭 압박했습니다.
Well, I think NATO should have 5%. Yeah, they can all afford it, but they should be at 5%, not 2%.
워싱턴을 찾은 안덕근 산업장관은 본격적으로 트럼프 2기 대응에 나섰습니다.
주목받고 있는 우리 조선업 분야 관련해가지고 한미 조선업 분야의 협력 방안에 대해서도 이번에 협의할 계획이 있습니다.
안 장관은 공화당 의원들과 만날 계획이지만 트럼프 정부 장관 내정자와의 면담은 없는 것으로 알려졌습니다. 워싱턴에서 SBS 김용태입니다.
Chinese companies are right now building a bridge across the canal. The danger of China exploiting or blocking passage through the canal, the exorbitant costs for transit. We cannot stay idle while China is on the march in our hemisphere.
We're not going to use military or economic coercion.
I can't assure you on either of those two.
We're here today to examine a monument to American ingenuity, the Panama Canal. President Trump has highlighted two key issues. Number one, the danger of China exploiting or blocking passage through the canal. And number two, the exorbitant costs for transit. Chinese companies are right now building a bridge across the canal at a slow pace so as to take nearly a decade. And Chinese companies control container ports at either end. The partially completed bridge gives China the ability to block the canal without warning. And the ports give China ready observation posts to time that action. This situation, I believe, poses acute risks to U.S. national security. While President Trump has rightly focused on these key issues, there are additional problems. Even as it takes advantage of the global maritime system, Panama has emerged as a bad actor. Panama has for years flagged dozens of vessels in the Iranian Ghost Fleet, which brought Iran tens of billions of dollars in oil profits to fund terror across the world. And Chinese companies have won contracts, often without fair competition, as the infamous Belt and Road Initiative has come to Panama. China often engages in debt trap diplomacy to enable economic and political coercion. In Panama, it also seems to have exploited simple corruption. Chairman Solo, why should Chinese construction of a bridge near Panama City concern the United States?
Mr. Chairman, we all saw the tragedy that happened here in the Francis Scott Key Bridge incident and the devastation that had happened to Baltimore. We also saw recently what happened in the Suez Canal, where we had a ship get stuck in there. It's not only the construction of the bridge, but it's a removal of a bridge, as I understand it, called the Bridge of the Americas. It was built in 1961, and that would paralyze the cargo traffic in and out of the canal. Panama became a member of the Belt and Roads Initiative and ended its diplomatic relations with Taiwan. Chinese companies have been able to pursue billions of dollars in development contracts in Panama. It is all more concerning that many of these companies are state-owned and in some cases even designated as linked to the People's Liberation Army. We must address the significant growing presence and influence of China throughout the Americas and in Panama specifically.